while I worked at SAT, I had to write the news. I had to learn how to operate the camera. I would go out to video shoots on my own. I remember when it was reunion 2008, I believe it was reunion 2008. Yeah, there was this big event on the Bayfront that started at midnight. I was the lone camera woman there. Why did I decide to become a content creator? So recently, I met up with one of my followers on social media while I was getting some food to eat. And she introduced herself. It was very nice. I'm always so happy to meet people who follow me on social media. And she asked the question, so why did you decide to be a content creator? And I realized, I never did any content that was specific to why I decided to be a content creator. But I gave her my story, and I thought that it would be fitting that I gave the story to you guys as well. So, if it's your first time here, my name is Cranberry. Most people know me as Cranberry, and I am a vlogger, content creator, mother of the most amazing 2-year-old little girl. So, yeah, why did I decide to become a content creator? My first ever job, straight out of college, was as a news reporter and presenter at SAT Telecommunications in Dominica. While I worked at SAT, I had to wear many hats. So I would say that this, inspired me to do what I do now. While I worked at SAT, I had to write the news. I had to learn how to operate the camera. I would go out to video shoots on my own. I remember when it was reunion 2008, I believe it was reunion 2008. Yeah, there was this big event on the Bayfront that started at midnight. I was the lone camera woman there in the rain behind my camera. Everybody was so in awe, or some people were amused because it was not the norm back then to see a woman behind a camera. But yeah, I did that. I had to go to shoots on my own. I had to learn how to do graphics. I had to learn how to edit the news. And when I was in school, I always liked English. I liked to write. So I always felt like I was a creative person. Um, but working with SAT, like, I tapped more into my creative side by having to learn the camera, having to learn to edit, having to, improve on my writing for the news, being in front of the camera all the time, reading the news. It was just my thing. After I left SAT, I still did freelance reporting with partydominica.com. I did stuff with dominicasauce.com at the time, and then my first actual remote position was with Tempo Networks, as I started off as the company representative for everything related to Tempo in Dominica. So I had to deal with businesses, deal with artists, make sure artists were well represented on the channel. I had to deal with social media management, and then I became a host. I hosted one of the most popular shows on the network, which is the Cross Caribbean Countdown. I also hosted several shows and produced several shows here in Dominica. So again, creating content, producing behind the scenes, telling the editor how I wanted a specific show to look. So all of that contributed to me being a content creator. When I worked with Tempo, a lot of people at that time, I guess I started building a fan base, and a lot of people would reach out to me on my personal profile, and I felt like my personal profile should remain personal. So I eventually created a Facebook fan page, and I would post, behind the scenes of me um, going on shoots, behind the scenes of different shows that I would produce in Dominica. And then I started working at Cranberry FM. I started working at Cranberry FM. I was the host of the Mid Morning Rhythm show on Cranberry FM at that time, right before Maria hit. When Maria hit, um, I had started a YouTube channel, but when Maria hit, I relocated to Martinique, and that's where I started taking YouTube a bit more serious, and taking the content creation a bit more serious, because I was no longer employed in the media, but I still wanted to keep my momentum going. And this is why I started doing vlogs, I started doing entertainment content. While I worked in Martinique, I came to Dominica with Cranberry TV, and this is how Cranberry TV was born, because I was no longer an employee in the media, so I decided to create my own space in the industry, and I created Cranberry TV on YouTube. I covered the World Creole Music Festival. I started my talk show called Pali. I started vlogging my life, and it's been non-stop from there, and I enjoy it because I've always been in front of the camera. So hey, why stop now? So yeah, guys, if you have not followed me yet on YouTube, be sure to do that. My YouTube channel is Cranberry TV. Of course, follow me on Facebook, Cranberry. Follow me on Instagram at I am Cranberry with the number 3 as the E. And of course, hit that follow button if you're on TikTok, because why not? Keep up to date with me, keep up to date with my lifestyle, motherhood, entertainment, and everything fun. I post cocktail content, so we have a lot of fun over here. So be a part of my community, engage with me. I love meeting new people, I love engaging with people, I like communicating with people. So whenever you see me in the streets, don't be afraid to say hi, because if I see you and I recognize you, I'm definitely gonna be like, hey. There have been instances where I said hi to people and they were like, because I think they have the perception that people are not as friendly as they are on social media. As in person, they're completely different. But with me, it's kind of a situation of what you see is what you get. I am friendly all the time. Sometimes I'm accused of being too friendly, but hey. So if you see me, don't be afraid to say hi, and of course, be a part of my community. Engage with me. I like to get feedback. So let me know what sort of content you like to see from me, what you would like to see that I don't already do, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye.